Humans and pets. Today we're back at Regatta Deli. They make good sandwiches. They're a local place, and we're gonna be eating here again. This is one of our favorite meals ever. Was their steak and cheese? So we're re-reviewing it, or whatever I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, Ryan's been wanting to go back here again, and him and his mother were out and about, and they happened to stop at the place. So today we are gonna re-review the steak and cheese. Is it as good as it was the first time? That first one.
This is a few hours old.
It is a few hours old. They've been driving around with it, so it won't be hot. But
it's a big,
big
boy steak and cheese, like what I made the other day.
Not even. Yours was 6 times the size. Yeah.
Let's eat it in our face.
Come on. So we do remember this being. Did I put this in a way? Extremely good last.
We
time.
added hots to the steak.
Oh, I just ripped my bread.
We also have a steak bomb that we didn't get with peppers, onions, and stuff like that.
What is a steak bomb?
Peppers, onions, and stuff like that.
Here they had
it? Mushrooms, yeah.
Why didn't you get that?
Why? Because we never reviewed it. So
I would have tried that though. I like it with the onions and peppers. Isn't that what we got last time?
No.
I'm almost positive.
We did not get it last time.
Okay.
We only got the regular steak and cheese. Here it is.
I will say again,
steak and cheese.
I mean, it's
like my face size.
It's like an
Goodness hurdle.
No, I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk over you. It's like an oversized French bread. It's like an Italian bread, and I'm just gonna give the front view again. Haven't tried it yet.
Big piece of bread, steak, cheese, and then hots. We added hots.
Yeah, I mean this is a 32-ounce cup, just so you're gonna have
a
reference.
So that's like 32 ounces of steak and cheese.
It's just again these.
And
this is what approximately
$10. About
just under
under
$10.
I think it's like 8 without hots or 7 without hots.
Let's see if it's is good. I'm sure it's not going to be as juicy as last time because it's.
I don't know.
Although it still feels like it has a warmth to it. I don't know how that's possible.
You've
been driving around for 3 hours.
What do you think?
I just got a bite. Give me a minute.
Do you like it?
I'm getting back the initial part. See how it's like dried out on the outside?
It was like a 3-hour drive. Not to get there, but went around shopping for stuff. So.
One thing I've always said, well, let me not tell my uncle. They make some of the best bread, I think. You know what I mean? Like it is. It's big, it's bulky, it's meaty, but it's soft. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it just everything about it is just good.
Now their menu is massive.
Mm-hmm.
They have a whole like 20 list menu just for salads. So they have a huge menu. Mm-hmm. They probably have like over 50 things on their menu. They're known for like 3 of the 50 items. And I feel like you get that one item that is really good, and you never go back and get a different item since it's so good.
You just always want to go get the one you already had.
But this is really good.
Now, I will say, probably the 3-hour drive, but it's not as moist as the last one was. But you can still taste that really nice steak and cheese flavor.
Definitely.
Which is, it's still phenomenal. Again, he wanted to go, he's always said this, and it just happened they were out and about, and this is where they stopped. So he said, let's do a re-review. He wants to go back, and this is probably one of the best things we've eaten on this channel so far. No exception today. This is just as good as it was last time.
Now, some of the items that were like the best things you've ever had, like I'd say beefy potato Rito is up there. It's not on the menu no more. They have like a flatbread equivalent, which we did review.
I don't know if that was the best thing we had, but
it's
value-wise,
it's one of the better
definitely.
things
Yeah.
in my eyes. I really liked it. For the price, you couldn't beat it.
No, you're right.
It's not on the menu. Well, like at least one of our least favorite, the pretzel bread pizza at Little Caesars. That's also off the menu if we're gonna do worst reviews that we've had, and go back to those if we're ever gonna do any more of these, which I'm sure we are eventually. But
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that one again. That
but
was just
it's
too
off
salty.
the menu, so if they're still on the menu and they're one of the best things, we'll eventually go back and get them.
Again, they have this. It's the cheese, the meat is so moist. Even though this is like 3 hours old, they've been driving around in the car. It's so flavorful, and that's why I didn't understand how Arby's could possibly have a steak and cheese. Like we literally just had steakums yesterday for the first time. Ryan's never eaten them, and even that, and I barely seasoned it because I wasn't sure if the steakums was going to be salty or not, and it still had that steak and cheese flavor where I didn't understand where Arby's tasted like boiled meat. It didn't have any steak flavor left to it. It's like impossible to cook, and this is so much flavor.
It's really, really difficult.
But this is just straight steak and cheese flavor. There's not a lot of heavy seasoning or anything on there to flavor it up.
Good. There's a good amount of cheese. I would have liked more hots, but there is a decent amount.
Yeah, see, I noticed on
Mine
mine
is all
today,
on the right
they
side.
only put it on one side. And I don't ever remember them doing that. It must have been whoever put it on this time thought of it as an afterthought. Because normally they coat the whole tops of it. And mine's only on the right side too. So whoever made this wasn't the normal person that makes it. But
this is really good.
There's something about the fresh bread. It's just, it's soft. But it's and this is what my buddy from Michigan, John, remembers when he lived out here. He goes, he remembers a lot of bread, and it is a lot of bread.
Yeah.
But that to me is part of the sandwich. You know what I mean? Like when you get like the normal club sandwich, it's $5.50, but you're getting a half of an Italian loaf of bread. You know, it's just good.
The bread is like the most important part of the sandwich to me. I don't care what meat you put in it. I could care less. I think it's the saying. But like if I'd rather have wheat bread over white bread, or like certain people like rye more. You like rye more, but it doesn't matter what type of bread. But if it's like a stale, crunchy, old bread, it's gonna be significantly worse, right?
Yeah, it just, and again, sometimes you get a nice fresh bread, and it's like light and airy, and that's okay for some sandwiches. But when you want to grind it, you want some kind of a texture when you're eating it, and this just has it. I mean, I can show you. There was a generous amount of cheese, just like the last one too. It's no longer melted, because it sat for so long. But that's the one good thing, the combination of that steak and definitely the cheese. I mean, you need that for steak and cheese, but just really good. It definitely didn't disappoint, and it was as good as it was the last time we had it. So that's a good sign. You know, unlike when we did the breaded chicken sandwich turned into the chicken, and we ate it. It went from your best chicken
favorite
sandwich.
chicken sandwich out of all of them to my I'm afraid to ever go back to Burger King sandwich.
And wouldn't even eat it. Like, you wouldn't even eat it. And in fact, we actually threw them away. They were that
one of the
burnt
only
tasting.
foods we throw away. Normally, if it's like horrendously bad, we eat it anyways.
Yeah, I hate throwing
That
food
was
away.
terrible.
And I will tell you, the mushroom jerky, that was terrible. I forced myself to eat all of it because I spent so much money on the jerky. I actually threw them chicken sandwiches away. I'm like, I just can't do it. It's just not worth it. It tasted so bad.
It was
had
terrible.
such a nasty aftertaste that I wouldn't even eat them. And I actually stuck them in the fridge. And the next day, even though I was still burping up the nasty taste, I tried it, another bite, like I'm going to do it. And then I'm like, what are you doing? And I just threw them away. I'm like, no, I can't do it.
It tasted worse than eating the bottom of your shoe.
It was not good. They were not good.
It was really, really bad.
But
this is not really, really bad. This is really, really good.
You know, the steak, it's absolutely delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still convinced they must hit it with some kind of an au jus when
and they
cook
load it in here. There's a ton
there
of
is
it.
a lot of it in
and
here.
that's the best part.
Yep, they definitely do not short you on the amount of meat.
It's a lot of meat, a decent amount of cheese, a lot of bread for a really, really good price. This is really good.
It's why, I mean, this was my go-to place back in 1980.
Before I was born.
89, I think, is when I was working on the street by there. And the regular club, not Turkey Club, the regular Italian club Regatta sandwich was $2.50 back then. So it was this sandwich, but with the Italian version that we've had before on the show. And it went up to $2.75, and there was outrage going on with that. And now, even still, today, a lot of years later,
Still
it's only
really
$5.50 for the Italian club. I think it's maybe $6.25 if you add the hots with it. But still a great price for the amount of food you get. I mean, it's a big sandwich, you know.
I could eat one of these and be 8 times fuller than if I ate 8 Saweetie meals. I'd probably be the same. I could eat 8 Big Macs with 8 fries and 8 drinks.
That's the one thing.
Be the same as one sandwich.
With this sandwich. It's not a foot long. It's only probably 6 to 7 or 8 inches long, but it's fatter. It's thicker, and the bread. That's what I mean by meaty. When you eat the bread, it's got a heft to it. So like by the time you're done,
right? Isn't it hearty? What are hearty foods? It's like filling, right? There's a lot.
Maybe that's my choice. I should use a hearty bread, not a meaty bread.
I have no clue.
I'm
It
just
is
like
meaty though.
I just mean it's like thick. It's you can't just bite into it. It's got like it's not a light and fluffy bread. It's got
I would
like
just
texture
buy
to
this
it.
bread.
No, 100%, definitely. They make a good bread. That's or I assume they make a good bread.
They
If
use
not,
a really good bread.
they get it from a local bakery or something because I'm assuming they make their own bread, but because again, for a place that is the size of a postage stamp, it's a tiny little building compared to
It's really tiny.
the amount of people that I have seen in it. I'm talking back when I used to
It
stop
always
in.
has 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
Every single time.
And if you go at noontime during the week, people phone in like local companies and businesses and everything, and like they have orders, crazy amount of orders stacked up on a thing. So, I mean, they just make good product, and they make everything. They make veal parmesan and eggplant parmesan and ziti and all different stuff. And I think they even have like turkey meals and different things. They have like their menu
salads,
is
soups.
massive.
It not only lasts like 15 words down, but it's 15 words down across like this much. It's massive. It has soups, salads, sandwiches, hot subs. Like this is considered a hot sub. Well, the classic like the regatta sandwich, right? It's like cold sub. They have,
and I know people that have eaten like some of their actual
have, like,
Italian
ton of
food. They have the fish and chip. They have a
do
wide
breakfast,
variety.
like, sausage, egg, and cheeses as well. I'm not sure, but and then behind you, it's like a ton of like refrigerators with sodas and drinks, chips. There's a ton of chips on racks. They're great. So if you're ever near Regatta Deli,
Yeah.
try it. And
It
try
definitely.
like
And
5.
we apologize for those of you who live out of state or somewhere
very,
else. But this was
unfortunate for you.
this was somewhere that him and his mother were just driving around, and they sent me a picture. Guess where we are? So
And
he
said,
wanted.
Arby's.
I knew it wasn't Arby's, but we
Silly goose.
we ended up, he ended up saying, "Oh, I want to do a re-review." He wanted to do this anyways. He's been asking for and I said, we really have to figure out what was like our top 5. And I
This
said, I don't
is
mind.
definitely number 1 for me.
This was definitely it hands down the best steak and cheese we have had on the channel yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it still is. It's still like even that's 3 hours old.
It's
Like,
the same case for Wayback. Wayback's definitely up there with the 9 patty challenge for $20. I think that's one of the best cheeseburgers we've had, which is ridiculous.
well, just way back in general because that guac burger
the
was
guac burger
phenomenal.
was really good.
I love the
The
rodeo
rodeo,
burger too.
he loves it. But they make some great food. Best drink is the tangerine lemonade for me. It's gone, I think.
Not for me, but
What's your favorite drink you've had? Baja Blast.
we didn't really do a lot of drinks.
We haven't. Well,
it
have done a
depends.
lot of drinks. Definitely not. Okay, if we ever do a review of like worst foods, we can't do the Chobani, the probiotics. That is definitely the worst thing we've had. It beats Burger King. We did not drink those either. Those went down the sink.
Bubbling.
They
Those-
boiled, man.
They were not
It
good.
was,
Those were
stay
definitely
away from those. Maybe you have to drink them in a refrigerator.
that
for
was
best
definitely the
results.
worst thing we did.
Oh,
I'd have to really think about it. I mean, the best drink. I mean,
that was
most
bad.
unique drink. I gotta probably give the peach shake from Chick-fil-A was really good.
do,
with the
do
big
ice
peach-
creams count
But
as
that's
a
not
drink?
really. It's a drink. It was a shake. It
Well,
wasn't.
shakes do, but do ice cream
No.
Because of my
Not if you
favorite.
ate it with a spoon.
Okay, my favorite one was the Route 66 or whatever at Sonic, the big jug of lemonade with and I almost choked and died while in the car. The stupid paper straw in a styrofoam cup with a plastic.
You know,
lid.
and I apologize for all the people
Oh,
that are
man.
trying to save the turtles and
I
stuff
wish,
like that.
I
But
wish we
that
could
was
have.
the worst.
They had a
to try to
plastic
drink.
lid anyways,
Uh-huh.
in a styrofoam cup, right, with a paper straw. Funniest thing ever. We were on the road. I don't even know if we talked about it. I was laughing. His straw was dented, and I was trying to drink, but I had like water in my mouth, and I was spitting it everywhere.
That's
It was-
'cause my-
it
that's
was
'cause my
terrible.
straw-
The straw.
my-
and rather than fixing it, or keep drinking from it, he flipped it upside down. So now he's using the wet part of the straw like a silly goose. So
didn't work.
It didn't work, and he was trying to drink it without a straw. It was crazy.
Mine had big chunks of strawberries in that one, so that was I couldn't even. It would get stuck in the
Yeah.
straw. You needed a big Badlands Chugs PVC,
PVC
pipe one.
pipe.
That's the only way you could have got that in there.
Reusable.
Yeah.
I feel like if we just use reusable straws, we wouldn't have to kill the trees either.
Right.
But
Well, you say that, but you have a metal one in your Boy Scout cup, and you don't like it.
I don't like it because it tastes trash.
Yeah.
But I'd like a one that's not changed the taste of your water to metal.
This was phenomenal. This
I'm
was
sure if I
very
used
good.
It more, it would remove the taste.
If you are ever in Worcester, Massachusetts, that's where this one
Very,
is, and
yeah.
this is definitely one of the best grinders anywhere. It's definitely the best steak and cheese that I've ever had.
Definitely the best sandwich I've ever had on this review. Including
right on cue.
I think burgers. This is still beats it. This best thing. I think it's the best thing. It stayed the best thing. What do you think? I think it's number 1.
I mean, this wasn't as good as the first one because the
3
first
hours.
one was so ooey and gooey and still
And it
super
would've
moist.
been if
But it
we
would have
didn't
been. You
drive
still
for
had
3 hours after
the
buying
steak
it,
itself still had that nice flavor.
Yeah.
It just wasn't like the other one. If you watch the other one, it was actually dripping and it was just
But
delicious.
in return, it's soaked into the meat.
Correct.
So
It wasn't bad. It was still the best one.
definitely.
But the other one was better than this one, only because it was still hot, where this one wasn't hot anymore. But it was definitely, flavor-wise, right there, absolutely delicious. And the other one, too, had the hots all the way through,
It did.
where this one was only
had
on the
one
corner.
side.
So,
that's my only complaint.
and it's not even a real complaint. It's just, it was still...
It's good without
it
the
was-
hots. You don't need the hots.
No, it was still phenomenal. That's just that nice little contrast of that vinegar pepper flavor that goes with it. I would have liked to try the steak bomb with the onions and peppers, though, because I do like a steak and cheese with onions and peppers. I think that onions and peppers just make it. I don't know what it is.
and mushrooms.
And mushrooms are actually been really good on it, too. So, And you don't like mushrooms. That's the funny part is. But
I also
on a
don't
steak
like
and
steak,
cheese.
so
Yeah.
I don't know what's up.
But honestly, definitely, if you're ever in the area, I would definitely give them a try. Again, they used to have a couple locations, but due to COVID, they had to shut them down. So I think they're back to just their
they only
one
have
main location.
Which is very unfortunate. I hope they have a good long-running business for many years to come.
Right,
I will be definitely getting more food from here.
And again, they have been around. Like I said, when I used to work on the street, I used to pull cable.
If only they could be a chain like McDonald's. I don't know if the company itself would want it because it's like family owned or whatever. And I don't know if they'd want it. But if it was, it would wipe out every other fast food place ever.
And that's just it. I mean, if anybody else knows, obviously we're in Massachusetts since this place is in Worcester, Massachusetts. So if anyone ever knows of another steak and cheese place that's somewhere in the general area of that, that is out of this world that you've had, leave a comment down below.
We have to try it.
And I know, Eric, you're going to put the other one that we went to that didn't. We obviously got the wrong sandwich from, and we will eventually get back there. But we've been trying to stay to the chain places again.
Yeah.
And but they just happen to come here.
This
and
is number one.
This was the best thing we've eaten.
I don't know what else is the best things we've eaten.
I don't know. I have to think about it, to be honest with you.
I think this is like the only one we agree upon.
This was really well. You know what it is?
Slices and sticks is up there.
We've had a lot of steak and cheeses from a lot of different places, and this is hands down the best steak and cheese that we've had. You know what I mean? Out of all the ones, and I like D'Angelo's, but this was just a step above.
I like D'Angelo's too. I love my school lunch one. I had one at school lunch. It was phenomenal. Definitely top 5. I don't know if it's above D'Angelo's. I might be a little biased since it is my school lunch.
No, and we haven't gone to D'Angelo's in a
really
while
good.
again either. So I mean, it's something else we could consider. But it's just not that we're gonna go redo all the reviews, but they just happen to go here today. And Ryan's like, we got to re-review it, see if it's as good as it was. And I was like, sounds good to me because it was definitely good. So
and it was good again today.
Good again today. So we'll keep it short and sweet. Definitely, if you're in the area, give it a try, and we'll give them a shout out one more time. It is the Regatta Deli. It's in Worcester, Massachusetts. And if you're out there, they have a lot of stuff. And I know people I used to work with, they love the ziti from there, and they love some of the other meals. I think the eggplant parm was delicious. I honestly,
eggplant pasta.
I honestly, every time I've ever gone there, other than when it was the guy who was supposed to, and he didn't get the contract to roof the house, recommended the steak and cheese from here because I always got the club. I always got the Italian club.
Go with. Because the other company gave us an unreasonable deal. So thank you for that company too for a great deal. But thank you for the suggestion more because this is delicious.
It is absolutely delicious. But I used to get the club, the Italian club. It's simple, it's basic, it's just delicious.
Absolutely delicious.
I don't know what it is about it's whatever they have, that oil and spices.
If we could, I would want to eat the entire menu from A to Z.
That would take us
in one
a
review.
long time. That would take us a long time. On
like
that
18-hour video, just live stream or something, and eat every single thing from
the
menu.
thing is with this place though,
that's a lot.
No, the thing is like I'm stuffed. I mean, that's the one thing is their sandwiches alone are hearty. I mean, that is a hefty piece of bread right there.
If we would give it 1 to 100 rating.
We would because nobody goes 1 to 100.
Well, just so that way there's more room and you can see it more clearly.
I wouldn't rate this the best sandwich. It's the best steak and cheese I've had though. But I've never
the best sandwich you've had.
I don't know. It is. You know what? It probably is the best sandwich I've had. But I know there's got to be better out there. There has to be. And that's why, I mean, one thing I've always said, we've been to Pennsylvania 3 million times. I've never had an authentic Philly cheesesteak. I gotta back up. There you go. So it's one thing I've always said I wanted to do. I would love to go, and I know there's like 2 main restaurants out in Philadelphia somewhere. And I know, like some people are loyal to one. I think they're right across the street. I see them on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and people are loyal to one of the other 2 places.
I doubt it's going to be as good as
But I have never
If we ever, go on a road trip, maybe go on tour, right? And everybody's like, oh, yeah, I love these people. Jerky Sauce is Zero, my favorite YouTubers. And then, they're all like, can I have an autograph? And it's like, yeah, and a high five. But
Wow.
you know,
all 200 subscribers are lined up.
yeah,
So give it a high five.
230.
If you hopefully one day you do make it big time, and hopefully one day that does happen, and you get out there and all 10, I'll be probably dead and buried by
10
then, but
trillion people.
all your
watching.
you know,
Everybody on
when
the
you
earth
can get-
loves
yeah, I'll
us,
tell you what,
and
if we can get to 1,000, what do you need to get to that?
monetization's 1,000.
No,
but
just-
there's multiple requirements.
But
you have to-
let's say you get to
Yeah, once you
1,000
hit it.
subscribers, then we're going to take a trip to Philadelphia and we're going to taste both cheesesteaks. How's
I would love that,
We'll
but
do
you
that.
might have to remind us.
Yeah, it might be 20 years from now, and I might be way
Or
too
it
old
might
to
be
have-
tomorrow.
My mind might
Who
be
knows?
thinking. We
But-
do appreciate all the people, and we
really
do, and we
do.
have been steadily getting subscribers. But
Mm-hmm.
if anyone does know of a superb steak and cheese place, put it down, because we have been eating quite a few steak and cheese places from all the chain places and everywhere else. And honestly, no one's really D'Angelo's is going to be about the closest that came to being anywhere near in this ballpark. But I don't.
D'Angelo's is just really good.
But this was far superior. The first one we
Definitely.
had. You know what I mean? So
Definitely. This
if
one
anyone
was
does
even
know,
better.
like I said, I've seen online like Charlie's cheesesteaks and ones out by Boston get rave reviews, some out in Frank. They're all over the place. There's a bunch of chains.
Yeah.
Like some of them get good reviews. Some of them say worst cheesesteak I ever had. Some of them say this is just as good as when I had it in Philadelphia. So if anyone's ever went to one of them, let me know. Or if you just have a local place by
we go
you.
to Philadelphia, right? We eat it,
And it's horrible.
it's worse than this.
Right.
I'd be so sad.
No, we'll see. So there you go. There is our Regatta
Get us to
Deli
1,000
review.
subscribers so we can go eat some cheesesteaks.
That's a trip. I don't know how long. Philadelphia from here has gotta be
Well,
5-6 hours.
We'll
anyways.
stop like different places. I'll take time off from school, I guess. We'll go to different places.
That would have to be a
big
summer
road
trip. That would
Big
have to be a
road
summer
trip,
trip.
yeah.
It would have to be on a thing. But well, let us know. There you go. There's a
Yep.
quest. So let us know if anywhere in the general area that you have, that if you've been to a place that has phenomenal steak and cheeses, because I wouldn't mind trying someone to beat them.
Yeah, and
'cause
tell all your friends and pets.
We're gonna have to
subscribe.
ask Auntie Brenda and Uncle Michael again, because they do say there's one up north where is their favorite steak and cheese place. So we'll have to take a drive. But again, that'll be a local place instead of a chain like we've been doing. But right now we're down to like 2 or 3 things that are actually possibly new, and they're not really that new anyway.
I mean,
So-
there are some new things. There's like drinks from Applebee's and other places. So we'll eventually do the stupid moonberry.
I tried to get him to do it yesterday, but
What's
he
it called?
didn't want to do
The
it. Something like a
spaceberry or something?
space berry or something like that.
Come drink the stupid juice.
I don't know. I
Maybe
don't know.
it'll be the
You know what?
grape.
I gotta give it to Mountain Dew though, because
Dude, the
you know
Dew.
we saw Badlands Chugs. Shout out to him because he's
We love
phenomenal.
Badlands
Anyways,
Chugs. He's
but
great.
we saw him do a chug that Mountain Dew only sells at the speedways,
like the gas
The
station.
gas stations. Then you have the Baja Blast only at Taco Bell,
Which
and
you
now
can
they
now
have,
get in a can.
But I'm saying, and
Which
but-
I haven't seen in the store since then. I
no,
don't know
we
if
only
was
got it
like,
that one time, and we just went to the store
And there
the
were
other
like
day.
3 other flavors that were at least with it. I don't know if it's like gone, but we also didn't see Major Melon when we went to the store.
Yeah.
We have a ton of flavors of Mountain Dew. We're just gonna drink Mountain Dew by like
Here we go. See, he's
The-
gonna give all his secrets away. But there you
we
go.
have a lot of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, he's killing me.
I don't even
So-
like soda.
All right,
So this
there
is
you go.
like
We're rambling on.
great.
Thank
but
you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Get one if you're in the area. Delicious.
Definitely. Or even like travel like 8 hours to get this. Once in a lifetime experience. This is definitely good.
Yeah, definitely good.
Definitely good. Bye bye.